their feet making a frantic movement that falconers call baiting. They are your ladies in waiting,
against his
your dressers,
straining to escape,
your confidence.
He screams
your
his
personal
frustration
station
and terror
the daily
into the quiet
performance
room.
of being
You do nothing.
One of them
You are a
slides
rock,
open a wooden
a
shutter,
tree, an
allowing a
unmoving part
soft
of the
beam of
landscape.
morning light to
You're
cut across the
simply
room.
there.
It illuminates the
This
floating
initial stage of
vestments,
manning is
turning them
famously
into a
grueling.
glittering, swirling
Historically,
galaxy for a brief
falconers would take a
moment.
new hawk,
Your
and
preparations
keep it on
begin.
their gloved fist for days
One of the
and
ladies
nights on
brings a
end,
ceramic
without
basin of
sleeping.
water and a small
This constant
porcelain pot.
contact, this shared
pot
state
I wear
of exhaustion,
contains
something
was
quite
believed to
extraordinary.
accelerate the taming
It
process,
pursued no fun or
forcing the bird
nightingale
to accept the
droppings.
human as a
This is your
constant,
cleanser,
non-threatening
a prized substance
presence.
believed to gently
You haven't had
bleach
to
and
resort to
soften
that
the
level
level
of
of sleep deprivation.
You
with
use
this
it
one.
every morning.
Yet.
A ritual
But, you
that
know,
involves
the long
mixing
hours
the
it will
fine,
take.
dry powder.
This is not a
into
task for
paste
the
and
impatient.
carefully applying it.
It's the medieval
It's the height
equivalent
of
of
organic
organic experimentation retreat.
Though
where
one
your
has to
guru
wonder
is a
about the
feathered
poor
ball of
soul
anxiety
whose job
with
it
a
is
very
to follow
sharp beam.
nightingales around
After
with a
what
tiny
feels
bucket.
like an eternity,
Once your face
the
is
hawk's
cleansed and
frantic
patted
movements
dry
begin
with
to
a soft
subside.
silk cloth,
His cries
the true
soften into
artistry
intermittent,
begins.
unhappy squawks.
This is the application
He still
of
eyes you with
Oshiroi,
suspicion,
the iconic
but
white
the raw
powder
panic is
that will
ebbing,
become your face for the
replaced
day.
by wary exhaustion.
It's not a light dusting of powder
Now
like
you
you
can
might
begin the
imagine.
next step.
It is
From a
thick
small
white
pouch at your belt,
paste
you
made
produce
from
a
rice
single
powder
soft
and,
feather,
more often
the breast
than
feather
not,
of a
lightly.
grouse. Your
Very
attendant
slowly,
mixes it
you
with
extend
water
your
in a small
hand,
bowl,
not towards the
whisking
hawk
it into a
himself,
smooth,
but just
paint-like
like the space
consistency.
near him.
He
Then,
tenses,
with a flat
watching
brush,
your every move.
she begins to
You hold your
carefully
hand
paint
still
your face,
until he
your neck,
relaxes
and your
slightly.
upper chest.
Then, with a
The
movement
layers
so
opaque,
slow, it's almost
erasing your
imperceptible,
natural skin tone
you gently,
and
ever so
transforming
gently,
you into a
touch
living
the tip
piece
of the
of
feather
porcelain.
to his chest.
She is careful to
He
leave
flinches,
a small,
but doesn't
unpainted
beg.
border around your
You hold the
hairline.
feather there,
A subtle trick
a point
to
of
show that
soft,
this is indeed a
unthreatening
mask,
contact.
a beautiful artifice.
After
not
a moment,
deception.
you begin to stroke his breast
Historians
feathers
debate
with it.
whether the
A
lead-based
slow,
Oshiroi
rhythmic
was known to
downward
be
motion.
toxic, or
It's a
if the
curious
resulting
practice,
skin
and
problems
one
and
that
illnesses
falconers
were
have used
simply
for
accepted
centuries.
as part of the price
Some
of beauty.
believe the familiar
Watching you
sensation
sit
of a
so
feather
still
mimics the
seems a
preening
heavy
of a
price to
parent
pay for
bird,
perfection,
triggering a
next
calming
to your
primal
eyebrows.
memory. They are
You don't know about
painstakingly
that.
plucked,
You just
leaving
know
a
that it
smooth,
often works.
high canvas.
His body,
Your
which
lady
was a
in
rigid
waiting
line of
then
tension,
takes a stick of
begins to
charcoal
soften
and draws
almost
two new eyebrows.
imperceptibly.
Not
His
where
breathing
yours used to
slows.
be, but much
This
higher.
is where
like
historians
faint,
and
dark
modern
clouds
falconers
floating near your
still
hairline.
debate the true
They are
nature of
called
manning.
smudge brows.
Was it
And
a
they give your
process of
face a
breaking the
perpetually
bird's wild
suave
spirit, dreamy
a form
expression,
of psychological
finally,
domination,
the ohatro?
or was it,
You
as you
take a
believe,
small cup
the
containing
slow
a dark,
and methodical
foul-smelling
building of
liquid
trust,
mixture of iron
proving to the
filings,
bird that this
tea
strange,
powder,
two-legged
and
creature
vinegar,
means
which
it
you
no
apply to
harm.
your teeth with a
As
feather
you sit
brush.
there, stroking the
goal is a
hawk with a
deep,
feather,
lustrous black,
feeling his
a
fear
color that
begin
was
to
seen as
recede,
profoundly
you are
beautiful.
convinced it is
Perhaps
the latter.
because it
You
hid
are not his
expressions and
master.
contrasted so
you are
starkly
making an
with
appeal,
the white face
an
paint.
offer of a new
The
kind of
process
life.
looks uncomfortable.
Now comes
and
the most
metallic
crucial
scent
offering,
fills the air
food.
for a moment.
From your pouch,
Modern
you take a
makeup
tiny,
tutorials with their
almost
17
minuscule
steps for
scrap of
contouring
beef
have
heart.
nothing on this.
You place it on the
This is
thick leather of your
architectural.
glove,
With your
holding
face
your fist
complete,
out
the
toward him,
movement begins.
keeping it low
The
and
selection
steady.
of the ropes.
He eyes it
menu,
your senior lady
his
in
head
waiting
cocked.
directs the other
He
as
is
they
hungry
bring in
from
the
the
layers of
weigh-in,
silk, and his instincts
It
are
is
at
early
war.
spring,
So
His
the
fear
color
tells him to
combination
stay away.
looks on no iron
His hunger
is
tells him to
critical.
eat.
Today,
For a
you have
long,
chosen
silent
plum
minute,
blossom
nothing
on the
happens.
underside.
The
The
fate
fate
of
are
your
laid
entire
out, one on top
relationship
of
with
the
this
other.
bird
A
hangs in the
crimson
balance
red
of this single moment.
followed by shades
Then,
of paler
with
red,
a sudden
and
darting
finally
motion,
a top layer
he
of
leans
pure
forward,
white.
the
Snatches
effect
the scrap
when
of
worn
meat from your
is a
glove
subtle
and
gradient of
swallows
color
it.
at the sleeves
He
and
doesn't
collar.
fly.
Meant
He
to
doesn't
evoke the
scream.
way a plum blossom
He simply
is paler
eats the
on its outer
offering.
petals and
A
darker
wave of
near its
quiet
heart.
relief washes
You
over
stand
you.
as they begin to dress
It is
you.
the smallest of
First,
victories.
the simple white
a
silk
gesture
that
that
no
no
one
one
else in the castle
then
would
layer
ever
after
see
layer
or
of
understand.
unlined silk.
But for you,
Each one
it is
slightly
everything.
longer than the
It
one
is the
before
first
it,
word in a long
creating that
conversation.
perfect cascade of
The
color.
first step on a journey
Each
you
row
will
is
take
tied with
together.
a simple sash,
The
but
wildness
weight
is still
builds.
there, burning
One
in his
layer,
eyes.
2, 4,
but it is
7.
no
It
longer
is a
the
slow,
only thing.
methodical process.
There is now a tiny,
I can
fragile
hear the
seed
soft
of
piece of
trust.
silk sliding
over
and you will
silk,
sit here,
a sound
on your
like
small
falling
wooden
leaves.
stool.
Finally,
For as long
the
as
more
it takes to
formal
make
outer
it grow,
layers are added,
leaving the
a
young
stiff,
pair
brocaded
granted his
gown,
quiet contemplation.
then the short
You
jacket-like
move to the part of the
carriage
muse that is your workshop.
and finally the long,
It's not grand,
trailing mow
just
at the
a
back,
small,
a
well-lit
pleated train
corner
that
with a
rustles
solid
behind you
wooden
like a
bench
second shadow,
and a collection of
the
specialized
combined
tools.
weight must be
Their
enormous.
metal and wooden handles
run,
worn
to
smooth
hurry,
and dark from
to even
years
take
of
a
your own
large step would
hand-shaping
be
them.
impossible.
Here,
You
the
are now
scent
a
leather is
magnificent,
stronger,
beautiful
a
statue.
rich,
Your
earthy
transformation
aroma
that
that
you
you find
find
deeply comforting.
You are no longer just
This
you.
is where you practice.
You
the
are a
other
living
half of your
embodiment of the
art,
season,
not the
a
handling
walking poem of
parts,
silk and
but the
color.
crafting of the
You
delicate,
reach out and take
essential
me from my
equipment
stand.
that makes falconry
You open
possible.
me with a flick of your wrist.
On the bench lies a
my own
collection of
painted
leather
cherry
strips,
blossoms, a
some
perfect
new
complement
and
to your
pale,
plum-colored
others
rose.
old and cracked.
In the mirror, your
We are
task
a
this
single,
morning is to repair a
harmonious
set of
image of
jesses
payon
for over the
elegance.
goshawk.
We are ready to
Jesses
face
are
the
the
court.
two soft leather
Word
straps
count
that are always attached to a hawk's
1098
legs.
awaiting continue.
One end fits
Your ladies in
comfortably
waiting
around the
bow
leg,
low as you turn from
and
the
the
mirror.
other has a slit.
One of them slides
through which
open
the
the
swivel
shitty
of the
screen
leash
of your
pass.
chamber.
They
They
are the
step out
falconer's
into the
connection
long,
to the bird,
open-air corridor
and their
that
quality
connects
is a
the
matter
various
of life and
buildings
death.
of your residential
A broken
quarters.
jess in the
The
field
floorboards
means a
made
lost
of
hawk,
polished cypress wood,
a loss that is
are
not
cool
only a
beneath your
huge financial
silk
blow
feet.
to your lord,
They
but
have been worn
more
smooth
importantly,
by centuries
a
of
personal
silent
tragedy
gliding
for
steps.
you. And
You
they
pick up
reflect
a
the
strip
strip
of
of new
new light
leather,
like the surface of
it's
a
soft
silk
and
pond.
supple,
Most
the wood
likely
lets out
sourced
a
from
soft
cow skin
musical
or dog
groan
skin,
under the
which were
immense
prized
weight
for
of your
their unique
12-layer
combination
robes.
of strength and
A sound that
gentleness.
is not a flaw,
Historians
but a sign
note
of the
that
palace's
falconry
great age.
equipment was
We
rarely
begin our
made
journey
from the hide of animals.
Your steps are impossibly
that the hawks
small and
themselves
slow,
might prey upon,
dictated by the
a superstition
constricting
rooted
silks.
in the idea that
It
you
is less
shouldn't
a walk
disrespect
and
the
more
prey.
a graceful drift.
You run the leather
The
through your
corridors
fingers,
are a world of
feeling
lines
for
and
any
shadows.
imperfections.
Massive,
It must be
unpainted
perfect.
wooden pillars
Any
march
rough
in
edge
steady
could
rhythm,
chafe the bird's
holding
leg,
up the heavy
causing an
tiled
injury
roof.
that could lead
Between
to infection.
them, the outer world
Your
is a
tools are
series
simple
of framed
but
pictures.
effective.
You
A
have
manicured
a
garden
small,
with
sharp
sharp white
awl for
gravel,
punching holes,
a single twisted
a collection
pine
of
tree,
needles with
the
triangular
corner of
points
another
for
building's
stitching
roof.
thick hide,
And
this
a
is how
spool
you
of
see your
strong
world
waxed
not as a
thread.
whole,
You
but in
also have
carefully
a small
curated
block of
glimpses.
beeswax, which
You
you
hold
use
me
to
in
coat
your
your
right
thread,
hand,
making
my
it
folded
stronger
form
and
resting
more
lightly
water
against your
resistant.
palm. You
As
begin
you
by
move,
cutting
I
the new
feel the
leather
subtle
into a
sway of your
precise
gait,
strip,
the gentle
using a
rustle of
pattern
your
you've made
sleeves.
from a thin sheet of
We
wood.
are not alone.
The shape is
Other
specific
figures
wider
glide
where it will
past
be
us in
handled
the opposite
and
direction.
tapering to a comfortable
A
fit
group
for the
of
bird.
ladies from another household,
With the strip cut,
their own
you
layered
use the awl
robes,
to
a
punch a
different
neat
seasonal
row of
palette
stitching
of
holes.
wisteria.
The
and
motion
carry
is
a shell.
practiced and rhythmic.
You do not make eye
The
contact.
point of the awl sinking
You
into the
incline your
leather
head
with a
ever so
soft,
slightly,
satisfying pop.
a gesture of
This is
acknowledgement
quiet,
so
focused
subtle,
work.
It is almost
It's a
invisible.
time for your mind to be
They
still,
return it.
to focus
Words
on
are
the feel of
clumsy
the
here.
tools.
The
Respect
resistance
is
of the
measured in
leather.
degrees of
It's a
inclination.
form of meditation.
You pause for a moment
counterpoint
beside
to
a
the
larger
high-strung
chamber.
energy of handling
From
the
within,
birds.
through the bamboo
The
blinds,
muse is
or
quiet
cedar
now.
that
The
cover
hawks
the
either
opening.
digesting their
You
small
can hear
meal
the
or
faint
dozing
sound
on
of
their
a man's
perches.
voice.
Low
The only
and
sounds
melodic.
are the soft
He
scrape
is
of your
reciting a
knife,
poem,
the
something
pop of the
about
awl,
the morning
and your
dew
own
on a
steady
lotus
breathing.
leaf.
Next,
A woman's
you
voice,
thread a needle
softer
and begin to
still,
stitch,
responds with a
reinforcing
gentle
the slit
laugh
at the end of
a
the
sound like
chest.
tiny silver
Your
bells.
stitches are small,
You
tight,
cannot see
and
them.
woven. You can
This is a
only
point of
see the
pride
shifting
among
silhouettes
falconers.
behind the blinds.
The quality of your
dark
leather
shades
work is
against the
another
light.
declaration of your
This is a
skill
fundamental rule
and your
of your
dedication
life.
to your craft.
Unrelated men and
A
women
falconer
of the
with
court
shoddy,
do not
poorly
meet
maintained
face to face
equipment
and
is
informed
viewed
with
with
suspicion.
All
Much like a
interaction is
knight
mediated
with a
by
rusty
screens,
sword.
by letters.
It suggests a lack
by
of
Là,
care,
17 ans.
a disrespect
Love
for the
and
art.
politics are
You might
conducted
joke
through
with
Là,
the
tu sais
old
pas.
castle
As you
artisans
stand
that
there, you slowly raise me,
much more
my guard ribs
and
resting
biting
against your
clientele.
cheek.
As if
Beside
you
the
were simply
jesses,
contemplating
you are also
the garden.
crafting a new set
But
of
I know
bullets.
better.
A
It is a
buet
gesture
is
J'ai
a
ton
smaller,
nom,
even
ouais.
more
Ouais,
delicate
d'accord.
leather strap
piece
used
as
to
you
attach
listen.
the bells to the hawk's
I am your
legs.
portable wall.
The bells
Your
are not
handheld
just
screen.
for decoration.
I allow you to
Their
observe
faint,
without
high-pitched
being
En
ringing
plus, voyant
allows you
aussi.
to locate
This is
a
one of
hawk
my
En plus,
primary
voyant, tu vois les
actions to
après,
kill
ça,
and think
enfin,
The
about
conversation
growth or tall
inside
grass.
shifts from poetry
The
to
sounds
a
of
new
a beacon
beacon
and
and treasured
treasured
mystery.
mystery.
Your
Your
grip
grip
on
on
me
me
tightens
fringe
almost
belief among
imperceptibly.
some older falconers that the
Information
sound
is
of the
power,
bell
also
and in the
mesmerizes
hands
the prey.
it is gathered
A
in
theory
whispers
for which you
and
have
overheard
seen
for
absolutely no evidence.
Historians still
Define
debate
music
just
how
nonetheless.
much could be overheard.
Tu vois,
over
le
the
client,
cliff
ouais,
and
ok, ouais, dit qu'elle parle
Your
sous
hand
nada.
screams,
with
and
an
whether
economy
this
of motion,
accidental
born
eavesdropping
from
was
thousands of
tolerated
hours of
or
practice.
even expected,
You
part of courtly
stitch,
information gathering.
You smooth
From what
the
I can
edges of the
feel,
leather with
it
a
seems
polished
less
piece
like
of
an
bone
accident
until
and
they
more
are
like a
perfectly
skill.
rounded. We
When
continue
the new
on
Jessies
No,
are
it's a-
healthy, they are not
where
just
a lady
functional.
sits just visible
They are
behind your
beautiful.
kitchen.
They're
a
a
portable
testament to
curtain
the
to
quiet
state.
dignity of your
It is a
craft.
small
You
two-paneled
walk
silver
No,
over
screen.
hello
it
lawyer,
with stand.
hello lawyer.
You
Bí
decorated
tí wàá ní tó bá
with
máa tọ́jú
HP
DNA
pieces
as long as
Set
you
up, you
understand.
show him the new
Ẹ pẹ́ wá ní kẹ́ lọ ṣe
Jesse's
DNA. Hello lawyer, lawyer lè máa
on
ní.
main screen.
Then, with a
A
gentle
male
and
visitor is
practiced
kneeling
hand,
in the
you
corridor
have
just
fastened the
outside
old
it,
worn straps
speaking
from
to
his
the
legs
silk panel
and
as if
replacing
it's
the
the lady herself.
Kí wá lè ṣẹlẹ̀?
He does not
Pikachu is
struggle.
just tall enough
He
to
allows
hide
the
her
touch,
face as
a
she
sign of the
sits,
deep trust you have
though
built
the
between
elaborate
you.
hem of her robes
You check the
is
fit,
visible
making
beneath
sure
it.
they're snug.
It is
but
the
not
perfect
tight.
quirky
Olórí
seasonal
burúkú,
security
olórí
by
burúkú
Ren.
láì pè.
The deep
As you
desire
stand
to
back,
have
looking
you
at-
feel a
Yet
quiet
remain
sense of
perfectly
accomplishment all at once.
You have not forged
It's
a
a bit
sword
like
or
having a
built wall,
conversation with someone
but you have
who is
created
hiding
something
behind a
just as
shower.
vital to
Yeah.
the life of the castle.
Finally, we
You
arrive
have
at a
ensured
larger
the
hall,
safety of a
where
prized
other
hunter
ladies are already
and
gathered,
honored the tradition
kneeling
you are a
on
part
silk
of.
cushions
And in the
neat,
silent,
rows.
sun-dusted air of
The air is thick with the
that
competing
feels like a
sense of their
victory
personal
on its own.
incense blends.
The sun
You
is
take
climbing
your
higher
designated
now,
place,
casting
arranging
long,
the
soft
heavy
shadows
folds of
across
your
the
robes
castle
around
you
you.
in a perfect
The
circle.
air is still cold.
You still have not
but the
spoken
sharp
a
light of
single
dawn
word
has
since you
mellowed
woke.
into a crisp,
You do
clear
not need
morning.
to.
The
Your
young
robes have
peregrine
announced
is
your
settled.
taste.
The
Your
equipment
posture
is
has
repaired,
announced your range.
and the other birds
and
are
I,
resting
held
peacefully.
loosely in your
Appeal.
hand,
It is time
am
for
ready to announce
exercise.
your thoughts. Not the raw,
You sit in a
Very
picture
good.
of serene
chaos
stillness,
but
Après,
I
j'ai ma chaise,
control
c'est un
attention
graceful
in your
practice
fingers.
that is as
You
much
are
a dance
waiting.
as it
You
is
are
a drill.
watching.
It is time
And
to
so
fly
am
the
I.
lure.
You
The hall
walk
is
back to your
quiet,
equipment
but
bench
it is a
and
church
retreat to allure
humming
itself.
silence.
Like
To an
the air
outsider,
before a
it
storm.
looks like a strange,
The ladies are
homemade
gathered
toy.
for what appears to
It
be
is
a
essentially
poetry
a
reading.
padded leather
Mm,
pouch.
But the real event
roughly
is
the
the
size
size
and shape
unspoken
of a small
social
bird,
maneuvering that
stitched
happens
together
in the spaces
stuffed
between
with
verses.
Attached
You are
to this
kneeling
pouch
in
are the
second
dried
row,
wings of a pigeon,
a position of
giving it a
respectable but
surprisingly
not
realistic
ostentatious
silhouette
rank.
when it moves through the
Your
air.
posture is perfect.
A long,
your back
thin
is
leather
straight line,
cord,
your
perhaps
hands
10
resting
or
on your
12
knees.
feet in length,
Then
is securely
you
fastened
rise.
to the lure.
A group of male
This simple
courtiers
object
enters
is
the
one of the
hall
most
and
versatile
takes their
and important
places on the
tools you
opposite
own.
side.
It is
A
used to
respectful
condition the
distance
hawks,
away.
building their
Among
Voilà,
them
et
is
là,
the
ça
young
tombe là.
captain of the
It
Imperial
is also
Guard.
your only
He is
reliable
tall for a
method calling
handman,
falcon
and he
back from the
carries
sky
himself with a
if she
quiet
decides to
confidence
ignore
that
your
stands
calls
out in this
and
room
fly
of
off on her
steady
own.
humility.
You select
No,
her
filet,
as
attends,
a
la filet.
combination deep green and lavender, meant to
She is
evoke
at
the
her
irises
flying weight,
blooming in the
sharp and
palace
ready,
gardens.
but a full hunt
His
isn't
lacquered
necessary
hide is
today.
set at a precise
A
formal
good flight
angle.
at the lure,
And
keep
when
her
he
mind and
kneels,
body home.
his movements are
Ah, she
fluid
steps
and
onto your gloved
graceful.
fist with her usual
Your gaze,
aristocratic
which has been
grace.
politely
Her
fixed on the
dark
floor
eyes
in front
fixed
of
on the
you,
lure in your
flickers
other
up
hand.
for just a
She
second.
knows this game,
and then returns
You can
to its
feel a
proper
low,
place.
excited drum
But
of
it was
energy
enough.
coming from her.
As the
A
poetry
subtle
reading
vibration that
begins,
travels up
a
your
senior
arm.
noble reads from a
You
scroll
read the
in a
quiet
low,
dimness of the
sonorous
muse
monotone.
and step
What's
out
it-
into
what's
the
it-
bright
what's it-
morning,
what's it
fleeting
ready?
nature
You
in
walk
the
to a
spring
small,
rains, enclosed
it is
meadow
elegant,
just within the castle's outer
profound.
walls.
It
A
is
space
also,
reserved
I
specifically
suspect,
for this
a little
purpose.
bit boring. The
Your
grass
attention
is
is
short
not
and wet
on the
with dew.
poem. It is
In
on
the
the young
distance,
captain.
you can hear the faint
You cannot
sounds of
stare,
the castle
of
coming
course.
to life.
Quelle construction,
To
non?
do
The clang
so
of the
would be an act
blacksmith's
of
hammer,
shocking forward.
the rumble of a
the
cart's
sort of
wheels on the
scandal that would be
cobblestone,
gleefully
the
whispered
distant
about
shouts
behind
of the
screens for
guards
weight-changing watch.
You need a way to
But
look
here,
without
in
looking.
this small
You
green
need me.
space, the world
Slowly,
narrows to
as
just
if you are simply
your
growing a
hawk,
little
and
warm
the
in
sky.
the stuffy air.
You gently
You
slip
lift
the
the
jesses
jesses from the swivel of
You
your
bring
glove
me up
leash,
to your chest,
but keep them
holding
held
me with
loosely
both
in your
hands.
fingers.
Then,
This
with
gives
a
her
motion
freedom
just
to
move,
fly,
it seems
but
almost
ensure she doesn't
subconscious,
simply
you
take
open
off
me.
before you are
But
ready.
you do not open
You
me
begin
all
to
the
swing
way.
the lure,
You
letting out
unfurl
the
me
long
to
leather
about half my full
cords.
span.
You start
Partially,
slowly.
a gentle
My
back and
painted
forth
cherry
motion
blossoms
like
are
a
visible, but my
Then
form
you
is
build
incomplete.
speed, whirling it
You
in a
hold me
wide
there,
horizontal
just
circle
below your
around
chin.
head.
My upper
lure
edge
wedge
shields
shields
the
the
air
upper
half of your
making a
face.
soft,
Your
rhythmic
dark
puff,
black
puff
teeth
sound
are hidden.
that is surprisingly
Your expression is a
similar to the song
mystery.
of a bird
Only
in
your
flight.
eyes are visible above my
Alice
silk
watches its
canopy.
every move.
This is the
her head
gesture.
turning,
It is the
the
her
language
body
of the
cool like a
half-open
spring.
glimpse.
Her
By
focus
opening
is
the only
absolute.
part way,
This is the
you
moment.
signal a delicate,
With a slight
hesitant
upward toss of your
curiosity.
fist,
You are
you
not
release
making
her.
a bold declaration.
She leaps into the air.
You are asking a
her
silent
powerful
question.
wings catching the wind.
A fully
with a
open
single,
fan might suggest an
explosive
open heart,
downstroke.
an
She
invitation.
climbs,
A
circling
closed
higher
fan
and
might
higher.
mean
A dark
indifference or
speck
rejection.
against the
Tama,
pale
kiyaw.
blue
But
canvas of the
this
sky.
halfway point is
She
a
is a
perfect,
creature in her
ambiguous
element,
space.
a masterpiece of
It says,
aerodynamic
I see
design.
you, but I'm not yet
Now the
sure
dance
if I wish
begins.
to be seen by you.
You let the lure
It is
drop
the
to the
ultimate,
ground.
maybe.
Alice,
From behind
high
my
above,
shield,
sees the
you can
movement
now
and her
observe the
flight path
captain more
changes
freely.
instantly.
You watch the
She
way his
angles her
fingers
wings
rest
and
on the
begins
hilt
to
of his
steer
ceremonial
a
sword.
controlled,
You
high-speed
watch the
dive.
way he inclines his
Just
head
as she
when
is
the
about
senior
to
noble
strike the lure,
pauses.
you snatch it
studying
back
him,
into the air
gathering
with a flick of your
information.
wrist.
all while
sending it whirling
appearing to
around
be
your
the
head
very
again.
model of demure
She pulls
decorum.
up, her wings
One of
beating
the
hard,
quirks of
and
hay
climbs
and
back
court
into
life
the sky.
was the incredible
Thwarted,
amount
but
of
not
performance
discouraged.
involved.
This is not
Every
cruelty.
gesture was a line in a
It
play,
is conditioning.
and every accessory
You are
was a
teaching her
prop.
that the lure
For
is an
you,
elusive,
I am the most
unpredictable
important prop
quarry.
of all.
You are
The
building
captain,
her
for his
speed,
part,
her
is a
agility,
skilled
and
actor
her
as well.
focus.
He
He does not
repeat
look
this
directly
several
at you,
times.
but
She
as the poetry
stoops,
reading
you pull the
turns
lure
on,
away,
he subtly
she
shifts his
climbs,
own
you wait,
position.
then swing the
He
lure
turns his
again.
body ever so
It is a
slightly in your
dialogue of
direction.
movement. Her
It is
dives
a
become
tiny,
faster,
almost
more
imperceptible
aggressive.
adjustment. Your
But in this
timing
room,
must be
it is a
perfect.
shout.
Pull
He
the
has
lure
noticed
too
you
soon,
noticing him.
and she won't commit
He
to
has
the
received
stoop.
your silent message.
Pull it too late,
He
and she
then
might
reaches
strike
for
it,
his own fan,
ending the
a
exercise
more
before you are
masculine
ready.
design of dark
There is
blood
an
and
ongoing
plain,
debate
dark
among
blue
scholars
silk,
of the
and
sport.
perhaps it once,
Was lure
very
flying
softly,
simply a mechanical
against his
training
open
method?
palm.
Or does it
single
represent a
crisp
form
tap.
of play?
What does it mean?
A shared,
Approval?
stimulating
A
activity
return
between
question?
falconer and hawk?
The ambiguity is
As you watch
maddening
Elise
and
carve
thrilling.
breathtaking
A
patterns
scholarly
across the
debate
sky,
continues to
her
this
every
day about
movement
how
a response
formalized
to
this
your
fan
own.
language
It feels
truly
less
was.
like a drill and
Was there
more
a set
like a
dictionary
shared,
of
exhilarating
gestures that
game.
everyone understood?
Finally, after
Or was
one
it more
last
fluid and
magnificent stoop,
improvisational?
you let the lure
Dependent
fall
on
and lie
context
still
and the
in the
individuals
grass.
involved.
This is her
Watching you
reward.
and the captain,
She dives
it
a
feels
final
like
time
a bit of
and
both.
breathtaking
The
precision.
gesture of the
She
half-open
hits the
fan
lure.
seems to be a
Her
known
yellow
convention
talons
for
sinking
curiosity
into the padded leather.
But his single
She doesn't
tap
try to
feels
fly away
personal.
with it. A new line
She
in the
lands,
conversation
mantling
that has
over
only
her
just
skill,
begun, spreading her
receive
wings
his
and tail
response.
to form a
You
protective
close me with
canopy,
a soft,
a
deliberate
deeply
rustle,
instinctual posture
a sound
that
that
shields her
says,
prize
"Message
from imagined
received."
rivals. You then lower
You
me back
approach
to
her
your
slowly,
lap,
respectfully.
my purpose served.
From your belt
The air
pouch,
between you
you
and the
take a
captain
small,
is now
previously
filled with
prepared
unspoken
reward,
words,
the
the
head
head
and
potential.
neck of a quail.
The boring
This is a
poem about
special
the spring
treat.
rain has become
You
the
kneel
backdrop
beside
to
her,
a silent,
making a soft
thought-provoking
clucking
sound. And
You
I,
offer
a
her the
simple
treat,
object of
holding
silk
it
and
close
wood,
to the lure.
was the conduit
She
for
looks
it
at
all.
it, then at you.
I have discovered
With
my
a delicate
true purpose.
movement,
She
I am not
relinquishes
for
her
making
grip
a
on the
breeze.
lure and takes
I
the
am for
morsel
making a
from your
connection.
glove.
The
days
days
that
that
follow
follow
the dance is over.
in the poetry
You
hall
gently coax
are
her
filled
back
with
onto
a
your
new kind
fist
of
as she
quiet
enjoys her
tension.
reward.
You go
And
about your
together,
duties with
you
the
walk
same
slowly
outward
back towards
serenity,
the quiet
but there is
solitude
a
of the
subtle
muse,
change in your
needing
energy,
the dew-soaked
a
field
watchfulness
behind
in
you.
your eyes.
The
You
afternoon
carry me
sun
with you
offers a
everywhere,
pale,
not
thin
just
warmth,
as an accessory,
a welcome but
as a
fleeting
potential
respite from a
tool,
persistent
an
show.
unopened letter.
The more energetic
seem to be
training is
waiting
done,
for the
but
captain's
the day's
next
work
move.
is far from over.
It comes 3 days
The
later.
younger birds,
We are
especially
walking
the new
along a
peregrine
covered
who is
veranda
still wrestling
that
with his
overlooks
wild
a small,
instincts, need a different kind of
maintained
exposure.
garden.
They
The
need to
garden
become
is designed
accustomed
for
to the
contemplation
unpredictable
with
world of
moss-covered
humans,
stones, to
a
see the
miniature
strange
waterfall
sights and hear
that
the
provides
jarring
a
sounds of the
constant,
castle
gentle
without
murmur
being
and a single,
overwhelmed by fear.
crimson-leafed
It's time for
maple
a
tree
walk.
that looks like
You
a
decide to
splash
take
of
the young
blood
peregrine.
against the muted greens.
He is
and
still on
grays.
his secluded low
It is a
perch,
moment of rare
and he eyes you
solitude.
warily as you approach.
As around the corner,
He has
one
been
of
fed
your
a
ladies
small
in
amount
waiting,
after
a
his
young
morning
girl named
session,
Chio,
just
is
enough to
waiting
take
for
the
you.
sharpest edge off
She
his
bows
hunger,
deeply,
and
her
you
face a
hope
mask
to
of
associate
innocence.
you with that pleasant
But her
feeling.
eyes dart nervously
He is
from
still
you
a
to
long
the
way
empty
from being
corridor
a
behind
calm
her.
and reliable partner.
She is holding a
but the
single
raw
folded
terror
piece
has
of
been
paper,
replaced by a
It is
deep-seated
not the plain
suspicion,
utilitarian
which you consider
paper of
progress.
palace memos. It is the medieval
Mrs.
equivalent of
Michinoku
origami, a
I
thick,
am certain
luxurious
this giant
paper
will
known
eat
for
me.
its slightly rough
I am
texture
only
and creamy
moderately
color.
sure this giant
More
will eat me.
importantly, it is
Instead
scented.
of your heavy hunting
A faint,
gauntlet,
spicy,
you
sweet
slide on
fragrance
a
of
lighter,
clove and
softer
sandalwood
glove.
emanates
You
from
coax
it.
him onto your
A
fist.
scent that is distinctly
He steps on
masculine
reluctantly,
and deeply
his body
alluring.
is still tense.
Chio
but
does
he
not
doesn't
hand
bait.
it to you directly.
A small victory.
That would be too
You
risky
secure his
to
justice
open
to the leash on your
observation.
glove,
making sure he
Instead,
is
as you
safe.
pass, you execute
Then
a
you
flawless
place a
silent
hood over his
maneuver.
head. You
The
bring
hood
me
is a
up, my
remarkable
form
piece
still
of
closed,
equipment.
and hold me
A
parallel
small,
to the
soft
floor,
leather helmet
as if
that
admiring
covers
the
the
wood
bird's
grain.
eyes completely.
Chio, in a
It
single
is not a
fluid
tool of
motion,
cruelty.
places the folded
For a
palm
hawk,
onto my flat
sight is
surface.
everything.
Your sleeve,
blocking its
wide
vision,
and heavy,
the hood fluid
provides
plunges the
cover
bird
for any
into a
prying
state of
eyes.
sensory
For
deprivation,
a fraction of a
which
second,
has an immediate
the poem
and
rests on
profound
me,
calming
a
effect.
secret balanced on
With
a
the world
branch.
of terrifying
Then
sights removed,
you sweep me back towards
the
your
hawk
body,
becomes passive
and the poem
still.
vanishes into the cavernous
Historians
depths of your
confirm that
sleeve.
hoods have been
The
used in
entire
falconry for
exchange
well
takes
over
less than
1,000
2
years.
seconds.
Their design
To
remaining
anyone who
almost
might have
unchanged.
glanced your way,
The
it would
one
have
you
looked like
use is
nothing at all.
simple, with a small
You give
plume of
Chia a
feathers at the
single
top,
slow blink,
which acts as a
a
tiny
gesture of
handle for
thanks and
placing
dismissal,
removing
and
it.
continue your walk.
With a young peregrine
My wooden
now
ribs
hooded
are
and
now
calm on
pressed
your
against
fist,
the precious paper
you begin
hidden
your
in your
walk.
sleeve.
The
I
purpose
can
of
feel
this
the crisp
exercise
edge